uploaded a video, and now I would like to do some hiking. I just need to get off my butt. I need to go get some food. I've got some books that I got out from the library just about Haida Gwaii and the geology of Haida Gwaii and the culture. Maybe just kind of like have a chill night, have a good fire with some food, get a good night's sleep, and start driving a little bit and doing some hikes tomorrow again. Yeah, I want to go on some little adventures and see what I can find. I don't know, my judgments. So I went to a potlatch, which I probably shouldn't have gone to, but the lady at the visitor center said I could go, so I was like, if she says I can go, I can go. But she wasn't Haida. Anyways, I show up to this potlatch uninvited, and I knew I was a bit of an intruder, so I went straight to the kitchen and started helping prepare the meal that was being distributed. We put together hundreds of plates of salads and fish and gao, I think it's called, and soup, and we distribute it to hundreds of people in this community hall. And then the ringleaders within the kitchen, there was this one young woman. She was quite young to me. She's probably in her 20s, but she had this demeanor about her. She was in control, and she was calm, and she was delegating, and she was just so responsible and so mature about it, and she just had this natural leadership about her. She was very gracious with my help. I was just putting forks on the plates for everyone at one point, and she was just so grateful, and she kept saying hawa, which is the Haida word for thank you, but it probably means something a bit more than thank you. I was just impressed by the leadership of the youth. And I feel like in my society, 20-year-olds are just so irresponsible. There's just a lot of immaturity. I don't know how to explain it, but it really impressed me. They're just so well composed. They have their wits about them. You just get this impression that they're just really well put together. I don't know how to explain it. These people are impressive. There is something about the Haida. Their persistence is exemplary. I'm learning slowly more about Haida, the way of life, and their political struggles and triumphs, actually. It's very moving. It's brought me to tears a couple of times, which normally I don't get like that when I learn about more political stuff, because I don't really have a huge interest in politics. The Haida story, the story of the Haida are really drawing me in. And their story continues today. It's still going on. There's still a struggle. And it helps me see Indigenous people and Indigenous struggles in a new light, looking at what the Haida have done, what they've accomplished. Haida Gwaii would not be the same place if it weren't for the success of the Haida. This place would have been obliterated. It would have been logged to nothing. It's been kind of quiet since I left Masset. I mean, it hasn't even been a day yet, but it's really quiet. I have to get used to myself again. I brought a book from the library. It's about the first geologists that came to Haida Gwaii and their experiences. Seems like a pretty solid book. Just gonna read it here and wonder why nobody's here. I'm also hoping to come out here and get some form of suntan. It's been quite sunny, which is very nice in Haida Gwaii because it's not always sunny in Haida Gwaii. It's been a beautiful couple of weeks here so far. We just had a few days of rain. Man, this place is lovely. I don't know how I'm gonna leave. I've spoken to a lot of people. I've met a lot of people so far that I thought were travelers, but they're not. They've been living here for a while. And I said, well, how did you get here? And then they were like, well, I only intended on staying for 2 weeks, and 7 years later, I'm still here. I don't know. So this place kind of has that effect on people. And I feel it. I definitely feel it. I'm not in a rush to leave Haida Gwaii. I don't know. It's very difficult to get here. It took me a few days to get here. It was kind of a challenge, and it cost $200 just for the ferry one way. So it's expensive to get here. It takes a lot of time to get here. It's a lot of effort. You sacrifice a lot to come here. So maybe that's why people get attached, is because they sacrifice so much. They had to give up so much that it's hard to leave, because it's almost like you want to make it worth it. Could be part of it. I don't know. It's definitely not the whole story, because there's so much more to this place. There's a lot of spirituality here. You can almost like feel the deep ancestry in the land. There's this reverence, this sacredness. There's just something about this place. And I spoke to this woman yesterday, and she said when she got here, she started shedding these layers of all of the bull crap that you get in the city. You shed it here, you shed it. You become just so raw, just like purely yourself. You don't have to put up these walls anymore, they come down. And I feel that too. Like, that's why I go on vacation, is to kind of let go. I was pretty stressed at work on my last gig. It's good to like just shed all the BS, you know. There's just so much BS out there. Yeah, it just feels good. It just feels really good. I'm just here reading this book, and it's just in the preface, but apparently the Haida believed, apart from not needing to enter the forest to hunt, the Haida believed they were full of spirits. I don't blame them. That's what I feel when I go into the forest. The forests really are creepy here. They're very dark. Not a lot of sun is coming through the canopy. There's black bear in the area. It's so creepy in these trees. It's so dark and so cool and kind of dank. So I guess this is early succession forest of the Sitka sapling spruce. Apparently there's a lot of flooding here between, I want to say September to April, October to April. So I think this is spruce because the bark is supposed to look fish scaly. Does that look fish scaly to you? There's a little bit more light in this part of the forest. Middle stage succession over here. There's some light over there. It reaches the thick undergrowth of seedlings, shrubs, and saplings. Very nice, very nice. Still dark and creepy, but not as bad as the early succession. Okay, now we enter into mature forest. A large diameter mix of Sitka Spruce, Western Hemlock, and Red Cedar. Oh, I'm hitting every spiderweb. Nobody has been here, obviously. Get out of here, spiderwebs. Here we go. Look at these trees. Oh, it's beautiful. I'm guessing fish scale bark, so maybe Sitka Spruce? Maybe? This looks more... maybe it's hemlock or cedar? Because the bark is kind of straight. I don't know, that's fish scale. Sitka Spruce, question mark? You hear all these crazy birds or something? Assuming it's a bird. Logjam is this way. Ew. These trails are hella cool. Okay. We went this way and now we are here. Here is the Tsalal River. Carry onward. This has got to be a cedar. Look at that monster. Monsters. I'm gonna smell it. Yes. Great. I'm learning things. Scary jazz. The water's all red. If you look very closely, you can see small fish swimming around in there. This is old growth forest. So I ate some berries yesterday, which I thought were huckleberries. I'm still pretty sure they're huckleberries, but today I'm not feeling so great. My stomach feels weird, my throat's sore. I mean, it's probably not the berries. Those are probably huckleberries. I was also at the potlatch and totem raising ceremony the other day with a lot of people, so I could have caught something from that. Just feeling low energy and tired, and my lymph nodes are swollen in my neck, and I have a sore throat, and my stomach feels pretty uneasy. So I also ate like 4 apricots. I don't know, maybe I ate too many. But yeah, not feeling so great today. Hopefully it gets better. Drink of these waters and you will always return to the islands. The spring appears stagnant and undrinkable. Maybe Haida Gwaii is at capacity. This water is untreated and may be unsafe for drinking.